The math game, fear turns into fun with simple steps. Tom was a 12-year-old boy who never liked math. Every time the teacher wrote numbers on the board, his stomach felt tight and his hands started to sweat. He always thought, math is too hard for me. I can't do it. When it was time for math class, he looked out the window and wished he could go home early. His teacher, Miss Clara, was kind and patient. She noticed that Tom looked sad and quiet during math time. One day, after class, she asked him gently, "Tom, why do you look so worried in math class?" Tom looked down and said softly, "I don't understand numbers. They make me scared." Miss Clara smiled and said, "Math is not something to fear. It's like a puzzle. Once you learn the rules, you can play and enjoy it." Tom didn't really believe her, but he liked her smile, so he listened carefully. The next day, Miss Clara brought a big colorful box to the class. Everyone looked curious. "Today," she said, "we are going to play asterisk the math game asterisk." The students became excited. Even Tom raised his head a little. Miss Clara opened the box and took out many small cards. Each card had a math question on one side and a fun picture on the other. She said, "If you answer a question, you get a point. If your answer is correct, you can also turn the card to see a surprise picture." At first, Tom wanted to hide behind his book. But when his friend Mia answered one question and laughed happily at the funny picture of a dancing cat, Tom smiled too. The game continued, and Miss Clara asked an easy question. "What is 2 plus 3? Tom whispered to himself, 2 plus 3. 5. Miss Clara heard him and said kindly, "That's right, Tom, you got it." The whole class clapped for him, and his face turned red, but inside, he felt warm and proud. For the first time, math did not feel like an enemy. It felt like a friend. From that day, math class became something new. Miss Clara made the students play the math game every week. Sometimes they used cards, sometimes they played with dice or made number puzzles. Tom started to look forward to math time. He liked helping his friends when they forgot the answers. When someone was nervous, he said, "Don't worry, you can do it. It's just a game." One afternoon, Miss Clara told the class, "Next week we will have a math challenge. You can work in teams and win small prizes." Everyone became excited. Tom's team was made up of Mia, Sam, and Lily. They practiced after school, laughing and helping each other. Tom even made his own little cards with questions for his friends to answer. He felt happy when they played together. On the day of the math challenge, the classroom was full of energy. The students sat in groups, waiting for Miss Clara's signal. The first question came on the board. "If you have 6 apples and you give 2 away, how many do you have left?" Tom's heart beat fast, but he raised his hand. "4," he said. Miss Clara smiled and said, "Excellent." His team cheered loudly. Question after question, Tom's team worked well together. They laughed, counted on their fingers, and supported each other. When the game ended, Miss Clara announced, "The winning team is Tom's team." Everyone clapped, and Tom's face shone with joy. He could not believe it. The same boy who used to be afraid of math was now smiling and celebrating. Miss Clara gave them a small trophy made of cardboard and said, "You all showed great teamwork and courage. That's what learning is about." After the class, Tom stayed behind to thank his teacher. "Miss Clara," he said, "I don't feel scared of math anymore. It's fun now. I even like solving problems." Miss Clara smiled warmly and said, "That's wonderful, Tom." You see, when we take small steps and play a little, learning becomes easy. From then on, Tom's grades improved, but more importantly, he began to enjoy learning. He even taught his younger sister how to play the math game at home. They used coins, buttons, and paper cards. Every time they played, Tom remembered his first small step from fear to fun. The next time someone in his class said, "Math is too hard," Tom simply smiled and said, "No, it's not. Let's turn it into a game." And just like that, what once was a subject of fear became a joyful part of Tom's day. He learned that sometimes a small change in how we see things can turn fear into fun, one simple step at a time.